Hey, I'm 𝗧𝗵𝗲 Robbins, author of 31-Day Food Revolution and founder of Food Revolution Network. And I want to get a little personal right now and tell you about a miracle moment in my life. So my wife and I had twins in 2001. They're amazing, and they were also born 9 weeks prematurely. So we encountered, literally not knowing if our kids were going to live or die for their first 6 weeks of life. They are on the autism spectrum, and in their first 10 years, my son River and I, his name is River, my name is Ocean, see, so there's kind of a theme going on here. My son River and I, in his first 10 years, never made eye contact. I never got that experience of melting, of connecting, of dropping into souls and landing with in my son's eyes. And I just thought that was normal. But then we discovered a program called Sunrise, S-O-N-R-I-S-E, which is a relationship-based approach to autism treatment. Instead of trying to make somebody change their behavior, you focus on building connection and relationship with them. So we began implementing this program, and one day my son River and I were having some time together. He was sitting there in the corner chewing on a Barbie's foot, which is one of his things that he would do in those days. And instead of worrying that the plastic in that Barbie was made in China and wondering what toxins were leaching into his system, instead of wondering how my kid was ever going to have a dating life if he insisted on chewing on Barbie feet all day long, I decided to join him. So sitting across the room from him, I picked up a Barbie, another Barbie, and I started chewing on her foot. And I was just kind of getting into it, just enjoying the sensation. And then an amazing thing happened. River looked at me, like just straight on. And this huge smile came over his face. And I could almost hear him thinking, oh my God, there is intelligent life on this planet. And so suddenly then, he and I are beaming in each other's eyes, chewing on Barbie feet. Then River gestures like this. He's inviting me to come closer. And then it turns out his Barbie has 2 feet. So River is inviting me to chew on the other foot of his Barbie. So now suddenly we are like 3 inches apart, chewing on Barbie feet, beaming in each other's eyes. And it was a miracle moment for me. It was the moment of first real connection with my son in a certain way. I started sobbing. I was so moved. And that's been repeated many times since then, as we've learned how to join him in his world so he can still be autistic. He can still have all of his repetitive patterns that give him comfort and familiarity in a world that can sometimes feel crazy to him. But he doesn't have to be alone. And then when he shows us the door in and we join him there, then we can show him the door out into our world, and we build deeper and deeper connection. Now, I'm active in the food revolution. I'm calling for healthy, ethical, sustainable food for everyone who eats. How does that relate to autism and relationships? Profoundly. You see, last time I checked, we weren't just a bunch of lone wolves. Everything we eat has an impact, and it has an impact on a community. Food isn't just a commodity. It's also a community and a web of relationships and a source of connection. So, Martin Luther King once said, "You have no moral authority with those who can feel your underlying contempt." In the work that I do today, I'm constantly trying to help people to move, to change, to evolve, to grow, to bring their food choices into alignment with their values. And I always remember River and what it means to join people, to connect with people, and to love people right where they are. So if you have anybody in your life that isn't eating or living or acting in quite the way you would like them to, and I'll bet that you do, then I want to invite you to think about River and think about the ways that you can apply this principle so you can build love and connection and always be squared away with people's spirits. Doesn't mean you have to like their actions or their choices. It means you are in relationship to them. And if they're in relationship to you, there's probably a reason. There probably is some kind of emotional bond. And in 31-Day Food Revolution, I wrote an entire part on gathering your tribe, on building your community, so we can let healthy food actually be an antidote to the loneliness and isolation that are so common in the modern world. So I want to invite you to think about your miracle moments, and I thank you for hearing about mine. Bless you.